Hello, beautiful beings. How are we doing today? I don't know why I just did that, but that is a thing that just happened. Welcome in, everybody. It's a little dark today. And this was it for a second. Maybe. That seems better. Hi, Stars. Hi, Shawnee. Hi, Diavra. Hi, Bwib. Hi, Rainbow. How's everybody doing? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit discombobulated today. So, it was glitching, but sure. Hi, Freezy. Thanks for popping in. I hope your appointment goes well. Opposed to that one. No, it did work. I have a brain? I mean, no. So. Exactly. Like, my panics have discoed, you know what I mean? It's not even the panic that has discoed. You know? Okay, so, we're gonna work on this today. Thank you. I had this idea while I was falling asleep the other night. We are using a different sketchbook than we have been using, so this is different paper. So we'll see if that makes any difference. I am going to use some of the cobalt violet that we have on the palette now to see if, now that it's dried, it still has that weird gummy texture. It did leave a wild amount of pigment in the bottom of my water glass, and it was completely dry, so it was like very pastel chalky at the bottom of my water glass when I went to fill it today. So I don't know what it is about that paint, but it's weird as fuck. So I did warn my patrons that I will probably just be mixing a color that is similar and not using this particular color because it's being kind of a pain. But we will see here if it's still weird when it has dried out. Which it's looking like yes already. So weird. Because it's like, it's making bubbles. It's acting like dish soap. I don't understand this paint. It's so weird. Thank you. And yeah, have good workies. But like, this is mixed with some other stuff because that was just on the paper already. But yeah, it's still like weirdly gummy. And like, it does very sharp lines, so it would be good for something, but like, not what I'm doing now. So weird. I don't get it. I don't know what they did to this. Oh, that. Color balance is way off. Is it like, even if I get the paper wet beforehand, it does not spread out at all. So weird. Let me mess with this. Every single stream is just going to be me messing with the every single time. Oh, because it reset. I see. Did boost up the saturation last time. Closer. You have auto white balance on. What happens if I turn that off? In place where. That is vaguely where it was at before. Okay. We're gonna go with that, and we'll see if I change it again. That is a little bit more accurate. This still has a lot like more pink to it than is showing, but this camera was not made to do art with, so you know. So I think I'm gonna pry this paint up off palette. Because, like, it'll be good to do on top of everything as, like, final little details or something, but this is not going to be good for underneath. Really. Like, even trying to peel it up, it is acting like gum. So weird. I don't get it. Did you guys ever have to, like, freeze gum with an ice cube to pull it up off of tables or something? That is how it is acting right now. Like frozen gum. So weird. Ugh, it feels disgusting. Hi, Grim. This paint is banned. I hate it, actually. We've learned something this month, and it is that I hate this tube of paint. Stretchy.
Show me your hands.
Oh, also, if you guys notice anything weird happening, please tell me.
Why can't you just take the freaking compliment?
Because on Friday we had a bunch of stuttering and like encoding error issues on stream. I think I figured out what the problem was and fixed it. But Pawn also stepped on my keyboard a massive amount today, and has triggered something so that my my F keys are not working, and the volume bar is constantly on top of the screen. So I will need to reset that later, but I didn't want to do it now as I was setting up. Yeah, I was working on a whiteboard, and so my laptop was not in my field of view, and neither was he. And then all of a sudden I heard my laptop giving repeated error sounds, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I looked, and he's just like sitting on the laptop, and I'm like, my guy, please. I thought we'd moved past this, but no. Yeah, why are you autofocusing? I told you not to do that. Does not save from time to time? I do not understand. Oh, on autofocus. Stop it. Hi, Bewitch. Stop doing that now, because I know for a fact I turned that off last time. I don't know. I don't know. I was doing stretches. That's. I did take a sippy. I did do body stretch. I did just do my hands and wrists. Something nice about myself. I did mention the whiteboard, but I can tell you guys what that whole thing is, because it is something I'm pissed about. So I had an old whiteboard that I bought when I was working at the textbook store, because we needed one in the back and nobody else was going to do it. So I got that, but I took it with me when they like bullied me into quitting, and it's just kind of been sitting around for ages. So I have now repurposed it to do schedule for me and Brother Bean, so that we can actually know what's going on, since both of our schedules are changing like forever. So I've been getting organized, and instead of doing something like crazy difficult, all I did was print out like labels on the clear sticker paper that I have, because you can write on those with expo markers. So I just made what I wanted and stuck it on the whiteboard, instead of like trying to figure out somebody else's thing or drawing on the whiteboard or something. So I did that the smart way instead of the Katie way, which is progress. Yeah, it's a really big one, like a huge one. I just need to figure out how to hang it up, but I think I've figured out how causing any huge problems. Probably. Knock on wood. We'll see if I'm right. But yeah. So I did a thing, and I didn't do it the most difficult way, even though that's what my brain wanted me to do. Close this. And if anybody wants this tube of paint, you can have it, because I despise it. I might offer it to some other people, or just throw it away, honestly, because I don't need to keep something I'm not going to use. Which is also progress. just throwing that out there. Okay. I need to decide what I'm doing for this, because contrary to popular belief, I do not think things through. It is cobalt violet, and it's a really weird texture, and it doesn't work the same way watercolors should. It's like really weird. Yeah, it's basically gum. It's very gummy, and like it doesn't spread out on the page. It's very strange. It's not granulation. It's like, because we did something else last time, but like it gets really streaky, and you can't layer on the color at all. I think it's the compound, because I did look it up, and a whole bunch of other people have complained about the same texture for this color. So I think it's just like however they mix it is like disgusting and awful. But it really does not act like watercolor. It's very strange. But it got very like streaky and didn't mix with other colors. So like here, this is wet on dry. I tried to do wet on wet, and this is what happened. Like it just doesn't move the same way. So it must be whatever like binder they use in it is like weird. I don't know. Because like the other cobalt colors aren't like that. I don't know what's up with it. It is real weird. Should also clean most of it that's on these colors. And like, I don't know if you can see that at all, but when I was cleaning up the big thing and trying to test it, it also like makes and holds bubbles like soap does. So it's like dish soap. It's very weird. I don't know what's going on with it, but I do know that I don't like it. But if anybody else wants to have the accursed gum paint, let me know. I'll mail it to you. So I was hoping that it would act a little bit more normal once it dried out a little bit, but it really didn't. So weird. So we will be mixing our own colors. Clean this bit up too. I don't know if there was any of that in there or not, but I do know that if there is, I don't want to deal with it. I might use a little bit for like details on top, but I'm definitely not using it until like the end if I'm going to do that, because it interacts with stuff so differently. It kind of sucks that I got a huge tube of that, which means they didn't have the tiny tube. And I don't like it. Like cleaning up individual things, I should just clean them. My brain don't work right. Full disclosure, I'm not doing great. So my mom's birthday was on Friday, and for those who don't know, my mom passed away a couple years ago. So that was not great. And then the day my best friend died unexpectedly is also this month coming up, so it's not good brain hours. So if I seem off or something, it's not because I'm like mad at you or something, it's just because my brain chemistry is fucked. It's like, I don't know why everything grouped together so perfectly to ruin everything, but it sure did. Because, like, my best friend died and then my mom died, like, in less than a year of each other. And he died right next to my mom's birthday. And his birthday is, like, the same week as my birthday. So, like, there's nothing untouched. You know what I mean? Like, it all just kind of lumped together so that everything sucks. Bad. Like, mom died on New Year's Day, too, and was in the hospital over Christmas. So it's like, oh, did you want any of these joyous times that you used to like a lot? Get fucked. All right. I'll just go fuck myself then. It's curved really nicely. So this, hi BP. This notebook has been sitting in the sorry, I just got a text message. My brain thought went nowhere. This has been sitting in the office. Did it not? I'll flip it again for you. There you go. Yeah, it's easy to like miss it because it is pretty quick. But this has been sitting in the other room airing out because when I got it and I opened the packaging, it was wet inside. And so everything smelled like mildew. The paper itself was fine, like it's not moldy or anything, but it did reek enough that I could not be in the same room as it. But it's better now. We're gonna see if this paper is worth every single one of these notebooks smelling like mildew, because multiple other reviews complained about it. So we're gonna see if this paper is nice enough to make up for the stench. My bet is gonna be no. I do really like the deckled edges because I think it's cute, but we'll see. I do like the look of the paper. It's pretty, but yeah, I don't know. And the packaging, like, they wouldn't let me post the review that I had when I first got this because I mentioned the packaging that's from the manufacturer because it comes in a nice box and everything. And they were like, oh, you can't mention the packaging because it might be sold by a third-party seller. And I was like, I wasn't mentioning, like, the shipping packaging. I was mentioning, like, the packaging of the product that is done at the, like, factory, but sure. So I'll wait until I try this paper and see if it makes up for it. Which is stupid, but there you go. I have not decided what colors I want to do for this. Obviously, we're going to make the color of the month the feature here. Yeah, really weird. I don't get it. But that might be why there aren't as many bad reviews for that as I expected there to. My brain work? First, I think first step here is figure out what colors to mix to make this close, which I'm pretty sure I have a lock on or something, an idea for. Cool. So I'm the best artist that ever lived, just in case anyone was wondering. Let's write down what I did. Okay. I've gotten so much better at mixing colors, which is really nice. I've gotten a lot better because, like, not that I've done like proper color theory class or anything, but I get it. It's kind of like how I'm really good at making cakes to the point like I made so many cakes that I could alter recipes and have it be fine, which takes some work. But I don't know like the actual chemistry that's taking place in the cake. I just have the vibes, and that's the same thing with color. Like, I got the vibes down. Do I know exactly the color theory? No. Do I know what to do to make the color do the thing? Mostly. So I'm thinking for the drink itself, I want to do like a galaxy kind of vibe in here. I did a very thin black line for these because I'm planning, well, for all of it, because I'm planning to go over a lot of it with white ink at the end. Because I think that'll look nice. But I think galaxy in here, and then we're doing the little star boba. I'll probably do some sort of pinky purple for this, because I would like it to mostly read as the color of the month. Although I do think doing like red and yellow would be nice too. The straw, I don't know. I haven't decided the straw. Yeah, by the way, stars, once I get this set up for a sticker file, I'll send it to you so you can use it on your stream if you it just fits your your branding. So you can use it if you would like to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do think that I want to do all the stars kind of like a warm yellow. But I haven't fully decided what I want to do for the ring. Because we can mix like all of the colors in there if I do it with the thought towards doing that. But if I do that like without thinking about it, it's going to end up pretty muddy because we're doing complementary colors. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff to say. I only kind of know what I'm doing. Next question is, do I want to use masking fluid? And I don't think that I do. Because even when I was erasing on this paper, it was kind of pulling stuff up. So I don't think that'll go. Let's just get this bit wet and start doing some galaxy blobs. We'll see. Galaxy, like, blurb, as I'm saying, is something that I've done, like, a lot. So I'll be able to tell how this paper works with that kind of function pretty well. Oh, I'm also, this is big news. I'm not wearing a sweater today. I have a tank top on. Nothing else. Well, I mean, like, I'm wearing pants, but you can pretend I'm not wearing pants if you do that. But I'm not in a sweatshirt or anything. It's actually warming up here. I was able to open my window over the weekend and, like, keep it open all failed. Although, if I tell you guys what temperature it was outside when I had my window open, a lot of you will go, what the fuck? Because it was 28 degrees outside when I opened the window. It did get up into the 40s, but... I think we've got false spring #1 going on. I think we're going to get snow. Personally. Yeah. Yep. Such is the way. Okay, not as intense spreading as I would have expected for this kind of paper, but we can work. I do think it's kind of silly to do this like funny little sticker design on like very fancy paper, but my art, I make the rules. How, I don't mean this in a rude way, how does fall summer work for LA? Because I feel like it's always summer there, actually. Like, I know that it gets colder in winter, but even going in winter, I think that I would melt. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So just warmer. Paper does really suck up water. Right out really fast. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been to Anaheim once because John took me to VidCon. And I was too hot the whole time I was there. I thought I was gonna die. I was also just like not wet at the time. Aside from that, it was very warm. I also don't understand, just like this is a general statement, not specific about LA, but I don't understand for like warm climates how you're supposed to dress for both the outside and the inside with crazy amounts of air conditioning. Like that is a skill that I have not managed. Oh, yeah. I remember you mentioning that, Rainbow. Oh, I was gonna look something up earlier and then I forgot. Does anybody remember off the top of their heads when Tomodachi Life is gonna be? Because it's this month and it's a teen. I don't remember which teen. Is it the 16th? Okay, you also think 16th, so that makes me think yes. Cool. Baller, thank you. Because I am very excited to do that. Yeah. I do have a capture card. I don't know if it still works because I bought it ages and ages ago, but maybe we could play some. I can figure out how to make that work. I've never done before. Yeah, I bought one of the times that I threatened to start streaming and then promptly did not, which has happened a lot the entire time I've been on Twitch. So I've never actually used it, but I could. maybe. Although I do know from Bewitched talking about the one on their stream that sometimes they end up being not supported anymore, because that's what they were saying about that one. So to add it. See. So for the most part, like with Windows stuff, somebody somewhere has made a free file for you to upgrade stuff. Because I can also find a or to upgrade, downgrade technically. Yeah, I think mine is from around then, because I would have gotten it like right before COVID. So I will need to check that out and see. I will also need to remember where the heck I put it, which is another completely separate issue. Organization? Who is she? This is just kind of a general warning to people. I am starting theoretically serious trauma therapy this week. I'm a little nervous. So if I start acting weird, just don't worry about it. I'm going through it, TM. It's fine. Yeah, gotcha. I'll have to check. But a lot of, so like I know for instance that my Wacom tablet is older than is currently supported, but somebody has made a software code to like force adapt to it for Windows and only for Windows, which is why I couldn't use it with my Mac, but I should be able to use it with this now. Thank you, Rainbow. Yeah, honestly, I doubt I will be reaching out to anyone. I process stuff by myself for the most part. So, we'll see. The only person I really like verbally process stuff with anymore is Cap. That's partially because he verbally processes stuff, so. So if I don't contact you, it's not because I hate you or anything. It's like this as a person. Yeah. I feel like part of it is just like the neurodivergencies, but also like that was not a thing we did in my house, so it feels unsafe a lot of the time. My default is to not do that. Sometimes I will like make myself do it because I know that Cap definitely is a verbal processor, so if I don't verbally process something, he sometimes gets nervous about it. Yep. See, it's very much the which of you is the yapper and which of you is the quiet listener, you know? Okay, I'll leave that and then we'll do some like black over the top of it a little bit. Don't mind me looking up random pictures of planets, it's fine. Get the vibe. Yep. And I do like make an effort to make that known. So if I know that I'm in a mood like that, I'll be like, hey, I'm just like mood TM. It'll be okay. I just need a second. Thing. And like when I'm upset or something, I sometimes need some time to myself to figure out what the hell is going on in my brain. And then I will pop back once I've figured out what's going on. Okay, Shani. But that was something that made Cap really nervous at the beginning of our relationship. So we've moved past that a little bit. So I will make more of an effort to be like, hey, this is like the loose bit of what I'm trying to figure out. Come back when I've got it sorted. It's like, I don't know. I read a bunch of stuff about like attachment styles when I got into the relationship with Cap because I was like realizing how messed up I actually am and how much work I need to put into doing that if I want that relationship to last, which I do. So like there's technically 4 attachment styles. So there's secure, there's avoidant, and there's anxious, and then there's disorganized, which has combinations of both anxious and avoidant, which is me, which means you cannot tell when something is weird because you can't tell which thing I'm trying to do, and neither can I. I don't know what's going on, which makes everything a lot more difficult. So like, yes, sometimes I go completely avoidant and silent if I'm in a bad mood or if I'm upset, but sometimes I will message you 35 times in a row, and there is like no way to tell which is which. Yeah, Cap is classic avoidant, which like now that I know that, I'm a little better at dealing with it, but it does make sometimes. It's definitely one of those things where it's like you learn the things you do and then you notice them all the time and you're like, why the fuck am I like this? Like, and like, yes, I know why I'm like this, but also why am I like this? I don't think this painting will take a super huge amount of time, which is nice because I think you guys can tell from how I started stream. I'm not really vibing with existence today. I can go back to bed and play my little pick cross game. I did get some stuff done today. I've been obsessed with this little pick cross game I got. I don't remember because I went through, well, there was this sale going on and I looked at a bunch of stuff. And then also looked at some like free to play games and downloaded some of them. I don't remember if this one was just like super cheap or if it was free at the time, but it's basically just like a pick cross game, but you're a rat and you do pick cross to unlock certain furniture to decorate your house. I like it. Yeah, honestly, it's that kind of life, perhaps. I'm gonna let that do that, and then we'll do like a layer over the top so that it's not quite so striated. Hi, Amma. How you doing? Love you too. Sorry, I was in the middle of a yawn. Ooh. Love you too, Amma. Without yawn. Oh, I'm sorry, tummy hurty. Oh, okay. Teamwork, holy shit. This is what I wanted to do. I'm like very groggy today too. I slept really hard last night. I was sad and tired. No. Or Cap too. I was just like absolutely silent while we were hanging out last night because I was just watching him play games. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." But like I will be. Like, is there anything I can do? And I was like, "No. Sorry. This is just we have to exist like this for a little bit kind of thing." Which I always hate telling somebody that there's like nothing to do because I know how helpless that makes you feel when you can't like fix something for somebody, especially Cap. He wants to fix everything. But alas, first, like that most of the time. Sometimes stuff just sucks and you gotta work on getting through it, you know? That's where we're at right now. And this paper is buckling pretty intensely, which like any paper would with this amount of liquid that you need to do like galaxy spread, but buckling in an inconsistent way. Yeah, how's everybody else been? I feel like all of us have been having a time lately. I feel like there's not a single person that I know that has not been like having some sort of issue lately. But also, I feel like that's kind of been the way of it for like 10 years, so I don't know. I don't think we even get to blame Mercury for this one. Is anything else in Gatorade? Oh, Lord. Okay. Interesting. That does mean, like, basically everybody's on the war path, right? Yeah. Which explains some things for me. Oh, when all of the planets go into Aries, got it. Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait. That's funny. Because that's like literally the day in between Nerdling and Cap's birthday. They were born like really close together. Funny. I do need to remember to put my fan art from Art Fight into your Discord, because I don't think I did that in like the fan art channel. I think I only did that in the Art Fight thread. Will I remember? Different question. Maybe the straw should just be black. Yeah. Because a bunch of us did stuff for sure. I'm curious what the teams are going to be next year. Well, this year. Next time? I don't know words. Came here expecting me to speak? Well, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Yuki Dog Zombie. Oh, hey! Thank you for shouting out. Welcome in. I'm guessing you need a couple minutes to like actually move from streaming. But hello, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? And please feel free if you need to dash and go do post-stream stuff. Please feel free. But I will also chat with you if you want to hang out. Probably do some Prussian blue over that for some more sheen. That layer's dry-ish. Then we can work on the ring. Thank you for the follow. Oh, nice. That's fun. Oh, cool. Follower goal. Thanks. Neat. Thank you. What kind of painting do you do? Just out of curiosity. And if you want to drop any socials so that people can follow you, please feel free. You're free to post in chat. Yeah, of course. I'm doing a Galaxy Boba kind of drink. So instead of the like dome bubble top of just like the plastic container, I've done a planet with a ring around it. And then all of the boba pearls are little stars. And we're only partway through painting this, which is why it's not all colored yet. But yeah, magical ice cream is on the right track. Oh, cool. So we're both watercolor people. Although I can't say I've done clowns. I do a lot of food, if we're being honest. I do a lot of food. So just because the still wet. But here's a couple things that I did last month. Here's something I did the month before. I do a ton of watercolor stuff. And I do a lot of sticker designs. The one we're working on now is actually going to be a sticker design because I have a sticker club through my Patreon. So the beans and the tea were both for those. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Still haven't decided what color I want to make the straw. I think maybe we do the rest of it and then decide the straw color. So that is just going to be like one color and some shading. It's not going to be super complex. We can start working on stars. First, we can put some of these edges because they've got messy. Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of like, I don't know, like a blue raspberry cherry kind of swirl situation. I forget, BP would know if BP is still here, but there's something that said that the same compound that makes blue raspberry taste like blue raspberry is just like in the universe or something. I only vaguely recall this fact, so I do not know all of the information. You should not take me at my word. But there is something where it's like the taste of the universe would be raspberry. I don't think either of my space boys is here. Use this brush. Scroll. Yeah, something about raspberries. I probably just added blue because that's the only way you can get raspberry flavor in the US. Because, you know, we love fake colors. So fair. I think we all have our points. So, like, I have two friends who are pretty into space and would know that answer off the top of their heads. But I don't think they're here right now. So but that's part of the point of a friend group, right? Is you each have your own encyclopedic knowledge about something. So if something comes up, that person gets talked to, you know? Yeah, this paper does heal up pretty, like the fiber comes unattached pretty quickly. It isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's something to look out for. It might come up here. I do have some historic knowledge of pirates and cowboys because I do a fair amount of like history stuff, but clowns I can't say that I really know about. Except for, I guess, I know a little bit about like the official clown rules. But that's mostly because of Tumblr. Like, I know about, like, the eggs to, like, trademark your face paint stuff. I just realized today I don't have to feel bad about not lasting until Rainbow starts. Rainbow doesn't start today. Rainbow is taking a well-earned week off. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know what I know. Yeah, as distracted as you're sitting in my chat. I know how it goes. Yeah. Never copy another clown's lick. And then the one about not drinking. I remember that because that was a discussion on Tumblr for a bit because there's this gif of somebody dressed like Pennywise from the newer movies, flicking the top off of a bottle of something and chugging it. That was discussed. Yeah, gotta have a little bit of distraction, otherwise your brain tries to eat itself. Such is the way. The undiagnosed ADHD way. Though I guess I am diagnosed now, but, you know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think it is worth the price and the smell. I've been going through trying some other watercolor papers because I mostly use the one. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm looking for a new sketchbook anyway. I might as well, you know, try out some stuff. I got some other papers, and like Arches is fine, but it is way more expensive than what I have been using. And then I got the other sketchbook, which is fine for a sketchbook, but it does have... It doesn't hold onto the pigment as well as the other papers that I use. And this one, like, it looks pretty, but it's kind of meaty. It's like, it is really warping. Hopefully that'll... Oh, that's fair. I don't hate horror movies, but I have, like, specific horror movies that I like. I'm more into, like, the psychological terror kind of horror movie versus, like, Saw or something like that. Oh, interesting. That's a fun fact. I guess that does make sense. Japan's drinking culture is like so complicated. That's so valid. Can I ask in that situation where your username came from? Because zombie to me is connected to horror, like, inherently. But maybe it means something different to you, and I would be interested to learn. Yeah, we are friendly to fraidy cats here. Cause like same. I enjoy some kinds of horror, but I am also that person who will look up a synopsis to make sure that there isn't anything that's going to set me off. Oh, interesting. That is cute. I like that. My back has been giving me so many problems the past couple days. This morning while I was making my bed, my pelvis like did the most horrifying crack you've ever heard in your life. Unless you're me, and then that's like every Tuesday. But like it finally popped back into place, and now it's like sore, but it's not like actively painful, and it's so much better. But I would love it if my body would work correctly. I'm hypermobile for people who don't know. So my joints don't like to stay in place very well. And one of my worst joints are my sacroiliac joint, which is where your tailbone is connected to your pelvis, and my hips, which makes walking a lot of fun. It's like so much fun. I love it. It definitely never causes me any problems. I loudly said, ouch, and Greg from the other room was like, are you okay? And I was like, my pelvis finally popped back into place. Yeah. Which is good, because I have a modeling session tomorrow. Which I moved some stuff around a little bit because I usually don't work on Tuesdays or Thursdays, but because I've got other stuff going on. But this teacher is really fun, and I haven't gotten to work with him at all. So yeah, it's definitely not comfortable. But I was in like a ton of pain yesterday, in addition to being just like sad about stuff that we talked about earlier. But like the muscle sore feeling versus the out of place feeling is much more pleasant as far as that goes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's so valid. That's why I was saying it probably means something different to you than it does to me, because like everybody has things in their head that connect to certain things, you know? So I was curious to see what your connection there was that was different from mine. So thank you for sharing. Thank you. Yeah, it just is like life anymore, you know? It's just part of being alive for me, but it's fine. I manage. And luckily doing the artist thing, and I nude model for the college, which is the job I was talking about earlier. Those are both like easy to accommodate various body things, so it's not so bad. It could be worse. It does definitely limit my employment opportunities. Oof. Can you lift 70 pounds? And I'm like, yeah, I can, but also there's a likelihood that my hip will pop out and I'll fall over, you know. This happens sometimes. I don't know that I'm going to go super complex with the shading on this. I might keep it pretty simple. Because, like, normally I would feel the need to push the boba pearls back a bit. But, like, it's going to be a sticker design, and I feel like it's clearer if I don't do that. So I'm just kind of doing a couple different shades of the same yellow. What's that? I did do another paint. But sticker that up? But I did another boba painting with like 3 different flavors, where I pushed some of the bobas back. My random sticker stack. Yeah, I do have one. It's right here. So here I did other boba, and you can kind of see a little bit. This is very small in comparison to the actual paint. But you can see how the boba does look like it's actually in the drink versus this, because I shaded it. Well, because of the way I shaded it. Excuse me. So, normally I would do that, but I think with this I'm not going to. I might just like it that. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I didn't fully think through this project before I started it. I was just like stars and like a Saturn on top. And I didn't really think through the colors fully. So we're doing a fair amount of that on the fly. Where'd the water go? He moved it. Goose. Maybe I'll add a little bit of pink to them to shade them, because I feel like that will tie it in a little bit better. See how I like it with the pink over the top once it dries, and then we can decide. Do you think the pink will push it back while still keeping the contrast a little bit? We'll see. That hair on the brush. Taking care of a long hair cat, and his cat hair is ending up everywhere. is fine because he's a beautiful baby boy who has only done 7 things wrong in his whole life. But, oh boy, picking cat hair out of a painting is something I haven't had to do. Oh, you guys could definitely hear that. That was my hip popping. I am so sorry. Just watch the bike like shoot up and it's like, ah, shit. Yeah, I'm fine. That was just like a normal joint pop and not like something popping out of place. I was just like, when you crack your fingers or something, it just happens on my hips more often because of how loosey-goosey I am there. I think maybe I'm going to do like a lighter ring with like some yellow and pink. Kind of bring all these together. Yeah, I heard yours the other day, Rainbow, and I was like, ooh, you sound a lot like me. Because, that and my shoulders pop a fair amount now, especially when I'm stretching because I have like a stretch redeem. Stuff on my keyboard. And I'm going to blame Khan for that because he was stepping on it earlier. Yeah, I snap, crackle, pop. There are just some that are louder than others. And like, that's why I have my wrist tape too. Is because this joint has issues. So like my radius, which is like the radial head that's right here that turns when you turn your arm, doesn't always like to stay put. So I have to tape it sometimes, especially like around certain parts of the menstrual cycle, your hormones change so that your connective tissue becomes looser. And it likes to make problems on purpose. I think I'll start with I won't work. Just put our lightest color down and then streakies with the colors. Oh, cute, Bewitch. I would love to buy those when you get up and running. Are you doing that through Ko-fi? You should drop your link, Bewitch. I will hydrate, thank you. Right, hydrated. I was gonna test the pink. Let's see if it's a bit too intense just for shading. think I'm leaning towards pink for the straw at this point in time. I think I'm just going to go for it because the worst that happens is I don't like it and I change it digitally for the sticker. Like, or I could just redo the whole paint. Like, it's fine. I'm capable of doing it. Pink, like, pretty pink. Without the cat hair on it, please. Just darken up that spot to push it back. This color, I do think that this paper really does help with the, I say help, accentuates the granulation that you get with Daniel Smith, which is nice. So I think that this paper will be nice for like, and I'm really trying to make the paint feel like paint, you know, versus trying to do some form of realism. Or like intense realism, hyper realism, I guess is what I mean. I know words sometimes. Today, not so much. Yeah, definitely. Like, I always tell people, like, if you think you can speak and you have a good short-term memory, start streaming, and you will be proven wrong so fast. Do you think what I'll do is shade the straw with a darker color while it's in the liquid, and then do, like, a more saturated one up? I also need to decide what I want to shade the back of the... I need to decide how I'm going to shade the hole. The big hole, not the little. We'll start with Prussian blue. Let's see. So I shouldn't do that until the straw is done. Actually. Hi, Tens. How you doing? You home from work? Or are you stuck? Excellent. Oh, thanks, Diabra. Yeah, Tens and I are doing a Valhalla playthrough on Fridays. You guys wanted to come by and see some gaming, and both of us voice act to the best of our abilities. Could come hang out on Friday. I put enough water on this paper that it's starting to smell again. I don't think this paper is worth it, y'all. But that was part of what we were working on discovering today, so here you go. We discovered that I won't be buying this again. The paper. So when I received this and I opened up the packaging from like the manufacturer, not from the seller, it was wet inside, like damp to the touch. And it smelled like mildew. And there were a few other reviews complaining about that from where I bought it from. And so I left it sitting in another room to air out for a bit. And it's like, it's to the point where it doesn't like reek, but I can definitely smell it now that I'm getting the paper really wet. So like, even though this paper is very pretty, I don't think it's like that considering the smell. I don't think it's worth it because it like wasn't particularly cheap either. But I will leave a review to such. I do think I'm gonna go over this with like a something because I feel like it sticks out too much. Oh, have a good lurk. Thank you for the raid. And thanks for popping in. It was nice talking with you. Maybe do like, I don't know, magenta over the top of it because I feel like it sticks out a little bit too much. Let's do this now that that's mostly dry. That will make me feel better. It looks silly right now. I don't know. I should have thought this through more, but also. Okay. What kind of paper are you using? Out of curiosity. I feel like the paper is so much more important than like the other stuff for. So this is Galaxy Boba is what I'm calling it. The color for this month is this like bright violet shady kind of color, which I mixed myself in the underpainting here because the tube of that is like, it's really weird. It acts weird. It's keeping me from doing stuff correctly. But this is going to be the Patreon sticker for next month. Thank you for the follow. And the Patreon stuff I've been doing a vague theme for the past couple months of things you could find in a coffee shop kind of a thing. So I've done like coffee, I've done avocado toast, I did a cup of tea, that kind of stuff. Yeah, cobalt velvet, perfect. I like that better, but it still feels to me. I think if I shade it with purple. Yeah, Yeah, that's fair. Hi, Brianna. Good to see you. How you doing? It's in graduate color. Okay. Do you think I got a Canson sketchbook? Sketchbook Travels, where I was like, I might as well try a couple of these because it was really cheap. I was like, we'll see. I haven't tried it yet, though. Yeah, this paper is ending up making it look messy to me, which is fine. But yeah, that's super fair. I do find hot press like works so differently too. Because the way it holds pigment is like really different. Yeah, fair. my god, Tens. How could you? I usually say hi to chat, but sometimes I'm just like not in. You know? Just say hi. Disappear into the ether. Yeah, exactly. And I do make a point, like it's one of my things, TM, to say hello to everybody individually. But some days, like, I just can't do it. It's too much. My brain's gonna explode. I do think it's important to say hi to everybody, and people like it. People like to be noticed, you know, get their own special hello. Yeah, that's so fair. I don't judge anybody for not responding to it. I did bring a sweater out here. I'm so smart. A little chilly now. I was just wearing a tank top, for those who didn't hear, so makes sense. I'm going to do a little bit of shading on the stars. Yep, for sure. And then I do still feel like the ring needs some... Maybe if I shade it with some blue, I'll like it better. And it'll feel like it matches the plane. Or will still be distinct. But I don't think we're far off from finishing this. Once we finish, I will probably end stream. Because I'm tired, I guess, is the easiest way to put that. Shading. See how I feel. Maybe I'm going to end up color correcting it in scan after I scan it. We'll see. See how I feel. I do think this is going to make it kind of, which is fun. Okay, I do think I like that better. You know the stuff that scrolls through at the top of chat and they keep adding new things to it, so it scrolls through a bunch of things that are different sizes and it's really distracting. I blocked all of those on my ad blocker because they were driving me freaking nuts. But because they're all different sizes, like it still changes what's visible, so I look up while it's scrolling through. It's driving me freaking nuts. Just stop. Stop adding more moving pieces to everything. Don't need more movement. Please and thank you. I do like that better. I think we're gonna have a highlight going like right here because that's just like naturally. Yeah, the leaderboards, and then they also have added a thing now that is telling you how many gifts until you get a next badge at the top. It's like, I don't need that information. Thank you. Like, you're just trying to bully me into spending more money, and I don't like that. Knock it off. So I blocked it. Yeah, I don't know why I've been seeing it, but like I noticed it in your chat, which is when it started irking me, because it's like I'm trying to pay attention to other stuff. Go Shoo. Like, my friend is here. I'm busy. It may just be if you're within like a certain amount, or if you have gifted in the channel before or something. I don't know what the like. Word I'm trying to think of. I don't know. I've never known any word in my whole life, actually. I did consider doing this one digitally too. Maybe I'll do both, like do one digitally and then do one watercolor and see what. Or maybe I won't, because that will take more time. Do you think I need to start doing some more digital art for this stuff, just to like ease up the load of how much stuff I'm doing per month? It's like, yes, digital art still takes time and talent. I'm not saying it doesn't. But it does take less time than having to wait in between every single layer that I paint, you know? I do both. Yep, exactly. I love my beautiful wife clipping mask. I don't know what I would do for her. Hi, Roy. How's it going? Can we get a shout out for Roy, please? Yes, I love clipping mask. Thank you. It is what I'm calling Galaxy Boba. So instead of like the dome cap on the container, it's a planet, and then we've got little stars instead of the Boba pearls. Thank you. I'm just a little quiet today in general. I'm not like ignoring anybody. But I'm doing this on a different kind of paper than I usually use, which is changing how things work a little bit. I might end up this one. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like it's just the vibe today where everybody is just kind of like, can we all go back to bed, like as a collective? Yeah, it's just a difficult time of the year. I was about to say of the month, but that has some implications that I don't mean. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but my mom's birthday, who passed away, was on Friday. And the day that my best friend suddenly passed away is in like a week. So it's not a very cheerful time of the year for me. I'm a little down and out, but that's okay. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Bewitch. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. I will say, so like, for anybody who didn't know, I had my uterus removed last May. Which means I don't bleed for periods anymore, but I do still have my ovaries, so I still have like the same cycle. I gotta say, even with my cycle being god-awful, the hormone cycle, not bleeding makes so much of a difference on my general outlook. That's great, Bewitch. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? So much has changed since then, too. Like, holy cow. That does mean I need to go back in and get a physical exam, though. Which I should schedule at some point, because I don't think I did last time. There is a painting that I want to do for my doctor that will match something at some point. It is like an Alaska one that I want to do. So we might do that soon. Because I was going to do it when I saw her in June. I follow up and I just did not get it together. I say didn't get it together. I was recovering from surgery. I just like straight up did not have the wherewithal to do that, which is fine. I didn't say I was going to do it. Nobody knows but us, chat. You won't rat me out because you don't know my doctor's name. Okay, I like that a lot better with the shading on the stars. I am tempted to push some of those back farther through the liquid. Just a little bit. Might do that, because like, yeah, how did you know? How dare you dox like that? Although I have said her name multiple times in the past, so she is good doctor. Highly recommend. She listens to me better than any other doctor I've ever had in my whole life. Which is because really she literally just listened to me. That was it. Wild concept, I know. A doctor listening to a woman? What? I know, right? Because, like, so I knew that I had PMDD, and I had a lot of evidence for that because I had been food tracking for like 3 years. So I walked into that doctor's office to meet her for the first time with 3 years worth of journals showing how drastic my mood shift was, and like it was causing a lot of issues for me and like my well-being and like my productivity and all that kind of stuff. And I just said, yeah, I have really bad PMD, and also I want to get this cursed organ taken out. And she was like, okay, I'll put PMDD in your chart. And that was it. That was the whole conversation. And then we discussed like the severity of my symptoms. She did not ask to see my proof that I had with me. She just believed me. Wild. That's so fair, Roy. Honestly, I think I've told you this before, but I was going to college for elementary education, and like the school system and how much is expected of teachers for how much they get paid is criminal. Honestly, it's atrocious. And it's exhausting. It is. You're expected to do so much with so little. It's exhausting. And that's so fair. Like if you can't maintain that for your mental health and like your well-being, that's perfectly valid. Because there's definitely in a lot of the teaching programs and stuff like that, there's like this weird shame attached to the washout numbers. But like if you can't do it, you can't do it. Do what's best for you because you're you your whole life, you know? You have to look out for yourself. Yeah, it is. It's really rough. Like, highly encourage you if you really think that you can't do it to work on figuring out something else, because it is a very difficult. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's just like you're expected to do so much and you don't have enough time and you don't have enough money, and they purposefully don't give you enough like space to do what they're asking of you, and it's nuts. Yeah, that's perfectly valid. Because again, whatever paycheck is not worth your well-being. Yeah. Yep, sure isn't. It's almost like turning things that are to help people into for-profit doesn't work. Almost like putting capitalism in everything ruins it. Almost. Yeah, for sure, Roy. That is definitely a worry. I'm gonna push some of these back and we're gonna see what I think. Take it and I will just fix it. Yeah, when it gets to the point where you're like really clocked into how much time you have left and it's like a countdown in your head, that's a sign that you need to chill on it, you know? which sucks. But that's fair. I feel like just based on what you've said here about how often they're having you stay late and stuff, it's like they're really pushing it in the don't get burnt out phase. Oh, that's nice, Roy. God, me too. I have like a huge story that I still haven't finished. Nice! That's great. I started, this is so silly. I started rewriting the Six Swans, which is a classic fairy tale, if you didn't know that. As part of a thing for a D&D character that I was playing. And then it kind of, like, the person that was playing the character that my character was writing that for, ghosted the entire campaign. And I just kept writing it, because I was like, actually, I like where this is going. Let's keep working. And, like, the original Six Swans story is, like, maybe 2,000 words. The last time I checked, I think I was at 29,000 words, and I'm not done yet. So I just, like, turned that into, like, a whole book. Really, technically, for the word count, it's a novella, but, you know. NaNoWriMo can burn, though. Yeah, they fucked up. Hi, love. They done fucked it. Part of it was AI. So they decided that AI is allowed for NaNoWriMo, but also there was a second thing in addition to that that has been a point of contention for a few years, which is they had sex offenders on their board. And I'm not saying that this is a reason to hate them or anything. I'm just telling you what other people reported. But sex offenders who interacted with minors was the specific concern. I do not know how valid that concern is because I didn't look into it after I saw the AI stuff. But yeah, that is a reason why a lot of people stopped using them over the past like 7 years. Because of that. Yeah, there were two things that kind of like people were reinforcing the reason you should stop with both of them for either argument. So, but I hadn't used Nano in like ages anyway. So I do have an account from when I was in high school because our creative writing teacher had us that one. Stupid. He also wouldn't let me turn in a story if it didn't have a title, which pissed me off. This is true. Costco and Arizona Tea also are both pretty based. Oh, damn. I don't know if I like this very much. We'll see. Sometimes I think I don't like it, and then I step away and look at it again a couple days later. So. But I'm not a huge fan of this paper. Yeah, that's a fighter plane going over our house, sorry. Excuse me, it's multiple. Not just one. Yeah, that's super fair, Roy. Wow, thanks for streaking. A whole week of me, aren't you sick of me yet? Oh, interesting, Tens. I didn't know that. I did know that they have been like sticking to the 99¢ for like a very long time. I didn't know about the extra markup thing. We're about done with this. I do still need to do some white ink on it. But not that I really want to do that on stream. Just because it's going to be me with my head like right here, going like this for 45 minutes. Oh, interesting. I love that you phrase it putting up with me. Like, oh, tell me what you really think. All right. I see how it is. You don't even want to be here. That's fine. I say, proving why it's putting up with me. Can we not have more planes, please? I'm done. I don't want any more. Stop it. I know, that's why I'm teasing you. I don't think I really want to do any more shading on the stars. I think this is good. I think we've gotten a good in-between. Pushing those back while they're still pretty visible and bright. Ooh, that's fun, Roy. Yeah, I always liked Six Swans growing up, but like I reread it. And I was like, this is some misogynistic bullshit. And I was like, I'm gonna take the misogyny out of this. Fun fact, if you take the misogyny out of a Grimm's fairy tale, you have 5 words left and you need to rebuild it from scratch. So I did. That's how I ended up with like 3,000 word document that isn't finished yet. Thank you. Yeah, totally fair, Roy. But you can still like cook on it, you know? You can still rotate it in your brain like a hot dog on a roller. Sometimes you don't write something, you just need to rotate it. Because, like, there's a fanfic that I have in my head that I will never write. I'm just never gonna. I don't have the time. I don't wanna. But I do think about it. I just think about it. Because I like it. Maybe I do want to do some of the ink while I'm sitting here. Bring it to the back and then I remember not making. Can the plane stop? Over it. Excellent. Good work. Killing it. Oh yeah, if you want to do some co-work sessions, Linda, you should let me know. Because like I do have a bunch of other stuff going on, especially tomorrow. But on Wednesday, I will probably be talking. Work. And Friday earlier. We could on together or something if you want. Welcome back.
From the dust, 143, one fell in the circle of the world like a flower buzz. A million marble mouths all blinking. Moon of milky briar bloom sleeping. Blithe fly swan with swift pull trigger. Lift me off the ledge, lick the sticky liquor. Don't let them in, don't let them call your number. Won't you hold my hand as I go under? Same as the last.
Cool.
Megalomaniac, cut my tongue. Better watch your back. Eye to thigh as he sharpens his blade. Thick sweat, sick salt, red belly aches. I don't know what I have been drinking. Dripping dread as though the lights start screaming. 7-inch steel bow fed to the head. Now it's then and I am now bound to forget. The devil wears a cotton dress over his gun. Jagged mumbles, wispy warbles brushing in the sun. Come a little closer. Same as the last. Megalomaniac, cut my tongue. Better watch your back. Come a little closer. Same as the last. Megalomaniac, cut my tongue. Better watch your back.
Got him. Okay, I will say I didn't say anything except for at the start for people to warn me, but we haven't had the same scuff that we had on Friday. I think that I figured out what was going on a couple of different fronts. One was that I needed to offload my pod files because I hadn't done it in a while, because I just forgot. And two, Logitech G Hub had an update rolling in the background because it turned automatic updates back on, even though I told it not to. So that was probably too, because it updated after I stopped stream. So I think we're good. Hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, it's almost like a brain for gore disease. On like 3 different fronts, actually. What do you mean all these symptoms overlap? Ridiculous. Yeah. I have chronic brain for gore disease. Bandage my body in blue light until I I need to charge my phone. Trying to decide if I want to finish inking those or not. And I think the answer is not. I think I want to go sit down in another place and do something else for a little bit. I can work on this while I'm with stuff Tuesday. Or on Wednesday. Or on Thursday. Good between task for things. Sorry, I just realized I was talking really quietly and with a ridiculous amount of vocal fry. I'm a normal person. It's fine. Let me take a photo of where we're at with this. Right, honestly. We're all outsourcing our own brain cells. So, like, Shawnee is using theirs to help me keep track of stuff. I'm using mine to help Sleepy and Shawnee keep track of stuff. And Hugh. And Rainbow. We're all just, like, doing the long spoon theory, where the concept, so, like, spoon theory is you have enough energy to do certain tasks, right? Long spoon theory is that it's easier to help somebody else than it is to help yourself. So it's easier to use a long spoon to feed somebody else than it is to use a regular spoon to feed yourself. And I think that our friend group definitely proves that to be the case, because we're all so ready to help each other. Even if we can't get our shit together, you know? Yeah. It's one that's, like, lesser known. I don't know exactly where it came from, but I like it. What? A hell story? Yes, exactly, Rainbow. Exactly like that. Oh, I don't know. Not that I know of. Is it something I've run into specifically in, like, chronic fatigue circles? Which are the ones I'm in are mostly, like, religious, so I so I feel like that would help a lot of people spoon, to just have a spoon. Oh, interesting. I mean, that makes sense, because, again, I learned it from chronic fatigue folks on Tumblr, and Karina is also a Tumblrina, so some overlap there. I do really like this with the white ink. I like it a lot. I'm so smart. I know, I just really like doing white ink outlines for, like, crystals and stars and stuff. You still need to do a bit of a highlight on here and on the cup. A little bit more clear. Get it clear. Oh, I've literally never heard that before. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go find somebody for us to raid because I want to be done now. So that's what we're gonna do. I will be back on Friday, like I said, with tens. Excuse me. And we will be playing Valhalla some more. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's always nice to see ya. Let me see who I can toss you at. Yeah, I'm glad you were too. I mean, Drawfee is live. We did just have a Drawfee drop. Yep. I know words. I'm so smart. With so many words and I speak so well. Let's see. Who else? Oops, else. Now let's just go throw y'all at Ghost. We all know Ghost. Well, most of us know Ghost. Tens. That's so funny. I cannot hear what they're saying, but I felt like I had to do that. Hi, Sleepy. I know. I like opened the tab and I saw tens being like, no, don't. That's so funny. Let me see here. No. Am I following you? Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I have quite a few art people live. I could also just throw you all at Drawfee and leave you with them since we were just talking about Drawfee. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thank you again for the raid and for hanging out. I might just throw you guys at Drawfee because I don't want to think anymore. And they won't care if I just raid and then never say anything because they don't see chat anyway. And Drawfee is nice to have on in like the background or whatever. Just don't expect chat to be read and you'll do fine. It is a good place if you need to get the higher tier level raid emotes to toss like 50 cents in whenever they're doing it in there. Just that's what I do. So you all. That's the easy way to do it. Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. Nice quinky dink. Okay. I'm gonna give you thank you, Diabra. The raid commands, there's sub raid and then there's fall raid, which has emoji you can use anywhere on Twitch. The first one has an emote you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. They do have follower only chat and slow mode on, so if you don't want to copy those, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I will be here on Friday with tens, and then we won't have a Monday stream for a little bit because I'm going to be doing modeling on Mondays. So until then, take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. If you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other, and then we can meet up back here to, you know, make dad jokes and serve enough alcohol to kill an elephant. Because next time is Valhalla, and I know Lesbian will be there trying to make me get the entire world smashed. So, good to see you all, and have a good one. Okay, bye.